anybody that thinks that tech is saturated now is just finding an excuse. Right now, tech is not. If anybody at any age decides to go into tech with the determination that it's going to make it, you will make it.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Street Yarns podcast. It's your boy Adeboy as usual, and I'm here today with my co-hosts Dayo Olamide and Emmanuel Ade. Joining us today is Ayo Omololu. She's an IT expert, someone who has been excelling in the IT field, and so we decided to bring her on to give us a little bit of information about the IT world, since it's like everybody's going into IT nowadays, and it just feels like there's so much talk about the benefits, the things that we are still a bit skeptical. And our question is, it's going to revolve around that skepticism or optimism that IT is really what it has been made out to be, and how much benefits or whatever it offers to young people to be able that we can take advantage of, especially with the way the economy is. Anything that can help will definitely be something we want to look into. So, our economy, thank you for joining us. You One thing I've noticed since I've been following your work on LinkedIn mostly is that you're not only into IT, but you're also an educator in that field, where you try to talk to people and encourage them to join to do things. For me, I'm always thinking about, like, people will be talking about IT, and I'll be thinking, wait, oh, am I slacking? Is there something about this thing that maybe I can do that I'm just too scared? Sometimes I'll be like, my mass. I don't know maths. Then you hear people talk about that it's not just about math. So tell us, what is this whole craze about IT? Is it the same computer, just knowing how to press computer, or is there a little more to it than that?
You see, your skepticism was what I had when I got to know about IT and the opportunities that come from it. I felt, oh, my head is all about money. Let me go into business. And business is something that I usually do, but when I just had that mindset that, okay, let me even see what is there. What this thing, I say, okay, let me see. Let me come down to, delve deep into IT, because my brother told me about it. People say, I said, okay, let me try. And that was how I took my first step. I started with data analysis. In fact, I started with learning SQL. And from there, I liked it, but it was more data. Then I started doing my research. I said, okay, what are the aspects that I can go into that would help me, that I like? I like to create things. So that was how I started researching in that line of creating things. And I found software development. I'm like, okay, I think this is what would fit me. So I went into it. I felt that it was people that were good in mathematics, people that were brilliant, top-notch people. So far, so good. There's no, I've not written any mathematical equations or anything so far. So that mindset of you have to know how to write maths, be good in mathematics, all those things are not it at all. So that's how I delved into the line of tech.
So for you, what apart from the fact that you saw maybe people that are already doing it that encouraged you, is there something else that inspired you? Is it the money? Is it the fact that, okay, you just feel like you have the skills that you can translate into that field?
Okay, to be honest, I what inspired me at first was money. People said, "Oh, there's money there." I said, "Ah, okay, me, I like money. Let me do
I
it."
like that. You're being truthful.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. But at some point, the money motivation was not pushing me, because when I started building things, that okay, I built something and I see what I created. Oh, this thing is nice. And because I'm a person that naturally likes creating things, I like to do things. Because even prior to tech, I if you know, I was into makeup artistry. I was also into fashion. I like to do something, create something. So when I started this tech thing and I saw that, oh, I could create things and I could see what I was creating, that's basically front end. I said, I love this. So money first, money pushed me into it. But when I entered into it, I loved it. So if someone is all about the money mindset, you might not really go far if you don't like it, or if you don't find a way to love what you are doing.
Oh, okay. Sorry for that. So, I was actually asking that when you think about it, but when people speak about it, they actually take on. So, the idea is, let's get this thing, and the things we actually say, and by next week, we are millionaires. Let's get this thing, and next thing is, voila, we have so much money, we are buying the cars, we are doing this, that kind of way. The idea that Mark has done so much, and then we have Tesla also so much. So the idea that it come on, get the tech and blow up. So I was actually
And
wanting
make
to
money. Yeah.
think on the world concerning tech and money. Because someone told me something which actually linked a lot of them. He said, as much as there are out there, in the same way we have doctors out there. We have so many doctors, and we have those that are missing. So also we have those that are missing. So that we have
Those are not.
doctors. Just like that, we have people. So this was maybe telling that the same way we have those traffic, the same way we feel the we have the limited guys,
And those ones that
and we have
are not really
guys.
making it.
So please, just I would like you to that I would like you to actually take a note on the concept of tech and finance and productivity. So to have a clear understanding on how to do.
Okay, your question, I love your question, because someone contacted me today, and the person asked me, Ayo, because this like a week I've been, trying to guide the person about getting into tech. The person said, "Oh, I want to get into tech. How would I?" So I said, "Okay, I wouldn't start you with JavaScript. Start with HTML, CSS, so that will marinate your mind if it's something you want to really go into." So he started it, and he said, "It's challenging. It's too much. I don't know how to do this thing." I said, Ina said, he then asked me. He said, "How many months will it take me? I want to start doing and making money." And I said, "Okay."
That's my guy.
I said, "Okay."
straight to the money.
I said, I told him, "You can't do this thing in 1 month and start making money," because that was his mindset. I think the best thing you should do, that was my advice. This was what I was telling. I think the best thing you should do is to decide, do you want to have a job now? I think if you want to have a job now, go for that. But if it's tech, you would have to calm down, learn some certain things before you start applying. And it takes time. The perspective of you enter into tech 3 months, oh, you're making money. It's a lie. It's a big lie. Those people that I could say got into tech after 3 months, maybe they were lucky, or maybe they studied computer science in school, or maybe they had connection. Maybe they have somebody that is working in tech, because I know of a friend of mine too that joined a coding bootcamp, 2 months coding bootcamp, and now he's working as an intern. Okay, he told me that he had to message all his uncles. So that his uncle knew a friend that knew another friend that has a tech startup that helped him. So that's how he was able to get into
Almost,
tech. So
almost the same way with every industry in Nigeria. You know somebody that knows somebody.
Exactly. If that kind of guy now starts talking, you say I got into tech in 3 months. But people would not know the background. You won't say the truth. You won't say the Tech is not like that. In fact, when I entered there, I was like, I can't do this one, no. This one is too, I don't know if you guys permit Yoruba. In fact, I said, I'm done. Because it's tech is like a deep well where you keep digging, you keep finding new things. You find diamond, it's a lot, it's bulky. It's so, the idea that when you get to tech in next 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you get a job, my dear, that person.
Okay, wait. The way you are saying it now,
Yeah.
for me, the first thing that comes to my mind is, okay, can we say that this whole tech industry is too saturated in terms of too many people are getting into it? Is there really a motivation for somebody who is still thinking about what he wants to do to also get in and be like, with that idea, let's rough it together?
See, the tech industry is not too saturated, right? Please, is there no industry in Nigeria? I don't know of other country that is not saturated. When I started fashion designing, I paid money. I paid like 300K to do fashion design. I still do it, by the way, but for myself and my mom. And they say, fashion design is too saturated. What industry is not saturated? There's no industry that is not too saturated. It seems now that a lot of people want to get into tech. It's a saturated industry, but it's not. If you are good and you know your ways, you are smart enough, you can get it to tech. In all honesty, because having the technical knowledge is different from passing the interview, right? Some people might have just 3 months. They might just learn tech for 3 months, but in the interview, for preparing for interview, they are very good. They know how to answer it. They know questions. They've gone for several. So, I hope I'm not going out of the line. But what I'm just saying is that anybody that thinks that tech is saturated now is just finding an excuse. Right now, tech is not. If anybody at any age decides to go into tech with the determination that it's going to make it, you will make it. So it's not saturated. There are a lot of people getting into tech, but at the end of the day, they veer off. I joined the boot camp, right? I'll soon be a graduate of the boot camp. The boot camp is about 9 months. And we started, we're a lot of people that started this boot camp. I even had friends. And I have this particular friend in Nigeria. She's a female, Calabar. We help each other and everything. After 3 months, she said she's not doing again. It's too much for her. So you guys try it. Tech is not something that is not for the
it's not for the weak or fainted.
It's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. It's not for the fainted heart. See, tech is about resilience.
Exactly.
You have to be determined that this thing we go make them. So that's all that's what I would just say as regards that tech is not saturated.
Yeah. You mentioned soft skills that someone needs, like interview skills and everything. But before we even get to that level, like I said from the beginning, my fear whenever I think about tech is, look, I don't like math or anything calculation. So, but you've clarified that side of it. But for someone who is now still interested in joining, okay, what are the other skills that you think is important for you to have ready, even before you decide to go and take, even if it's a boot camp or a free training or whatever, or before you even look at tech at all? What are those soft skills or those skills that you think it will make life easier if you already have it?
Just is problem solving. You see, you can only thrive in tech if you know how to solve problems with tech.
Yeah,
You
wait,
should be
is it
able.
problem solving like at Yahoo, they are fighting in your compound? You just go there and say, oh, yeah, don't
Yes,
fight
now
again.
it's that one. It's that one. That's what we are talking
Because that's
about.
problem
Yeah,
solving too.
that's the one we are not talking about that. We are not. I'm talking problem solving in technical terms. Yeah. Okay. For example, I do a lot of algorithm questions, and I do that to sharpen my skills, especially in problem solving. And these algorithm questions, they are, if you look at it, if you look at it in a technical way, if you want to solve a problem like that, algorithm questions are technical. Algorithm problems are technical problems, right? If you want to solve it, you have to. There's what we call pseudocode. You have to break it down, bring your normal sense to analyze or write down how you are going to solve the problem before you even start writing the code.
Wow.
Do you understand? You
Wow.
have to, okay, for example, now, let me give you a layman example. For example, they say you should, they give you a UI UX design, they say, okay, I want you to create this design for me as a website, maybe, let's say a fashion design. If I want to create a website for a fashion designer, so the fashion designer employs a UI UX designer to create a beautiful design. Then they now tell you UI UX is also tech. So they now tell you as the software developer that, okay, I want you to create this thing as a website. You don't rush in and say, oh, I know how to do it. You start writing code. You look at it. That's how problem solving is. You look at it. Okay, how am I going to start this thing? How am I going to, where would I start from? Do you understand? That's it. You first of all take time to analyze how you're going to do it first.
Basically,
That's
plan.
what we call agile. So you break it down. So once you break it down, you have broken down your problems. Then you now code. Do you understand? So that skill is very important. Number two, you have to be determined, Dio. You have to be very determined.
I was determined.
And be resilient. You have to be very. I'm dead serious, because there are sometimes you might be doing something and you come across an error. We call it bugs. That bug can take you 2 days to solve. It can frustrate you. So if it's somebody that
you just buy rage or
kill it, Abby,
It's a bug.
fix the bug.
Just take off your
My
slippers
dear.
and kill it.
My dear. So but if you are not a person that is determined that this thing said, I will kill it. I'm just using layman's word. I'm going to fix these bugs. You will just give up. You say you are not doing again. I know that was what made my friend leave the boot camp that I told you about, because she was trying to install something. The thing wasn't working. She tried for 1 week, it didn't work. She said she's not doing it again. And she's not doing. Please ask any software developer or anybody that is in the programming. An error can sometimes, you might not, and some funniest thing is that the root cause of the error might be a simple thing. But we thank God now for ChatGPT. We thank God now for GitHub Copilot, all those AI that is helping us to fish the bugs. But there are some bugs that even if you use AI, use anything, it will not work until you call a senior person in the field or somebody that can help you. Do you understand?
Or you buy sniper.
You buy stuff. So those things, you have to be resilient. You have to. Those are, at least I've mentioned two. What else? But those two are,
they're critical.
They are the strongest one. They are the strongest.
Yeah, I'm happy you mentioned ChatGPT, because I keep hearing that. Okay. Now you mentioned it in the context of using it as a tool for someone who is already in tech to solve problems and fish out issues in whatever you are developing. And I'm happy you're also talking about it in layman's terms, because I don't know most of those technical terms. But is it one of the conversations that people have been having in regards to tech is that AI is going to take away a lot of tech jobs. Is that something that someone in Nigeria trying to get into tech should be worried about right now?
It's not something to be worrying about, to be worried about. It should not even be in your thinking. I've been seeing a lot of videos. Oh, AI is taking over the jobs. It's a lie. When you even watch these videos, I've been seeing recent videos where they say the truth and they say it's not AI that is taking the jobs. AI is just there to enhance, to help. And if you are saying AI is taking tech jobs, then that means definitely AI will be taking every other job, every other administrative or any other job. Because if AI can take a tech job, then definitely to take over every other job. So
Every industry too.
in every industry, in every sector.
That's
So AI, it has helped in a lot of ways. If we're looking back at when there was the release of we don't have AI, ChatGPT that is helping now. Back in the days of Stack Overflow, I'm talking in terms of software developers. That time was tough. It was tough, but it grew. We had tough software developers. Now it's very easy. And that makes it even easy. This ChatGPT Copilot, it makes it easier for people to even get into tech, because when you are building things, you're asking the AI. Okay, you can even ask AI. You can even ask ChatGPT to give you a template on how to create a website. You can ask it; it will give you. So right now, it's just best to use AI, ChatGPT or any AI tool to your advantage. This is the best time to learn tech or to learn coding. It's not here to take it. If anybody has that mindset, the person is not ready to learn, no. Because if you are ready to learn, you will learn it.
You will learn
AI
it.
is really helpful. Yeah.
Dayo, do you want to jump in?
No, I'm actually enjoying the whole conversation and everything.
The conversation. Okay.
I'm just going with the flow.
Yeah. Okay. Now I want to ask you about this a little bit. It's probably going to be a little bit controversial, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Yeah.
Are Yahoo boys tech boys?
Wow.
Young boys.
Because
Boys.
they use computer, and to be honest, a lot of them have this hacking and whatever skills, and
True.
whether it's, let's put the morality aside.
Yeah.
As a Yahoo boy on the street, if police stop him, can you easily say, I'm a tech bro now, I'm in the tech industry?
Well, see, me, I've not done Yahoo before in my life. So I don't really know how that works. But
No,
as you've said,
you can tell us, even if you've done it before, we'll keep it on a low key. Don't worry.
really, hey, if I could do Yahoo, hey. But in all honesty, a person that is doing Yahoo we can't associate that. I don't think a Yahoo boy is synonymous to hacking. Hacking is different to, Yahoo boys, they scam. They use sales to scam. Anyway, some Yahoo boys are also hackers, but that issue of Yahoo boys being an hacker, claiming to be a tech person, I don't know, it's Oku or Colon. Left to them and God. But I don't think it's
so for people that are trying to go into legit part of IT, okay, what would you say for maybe somebody whose background is something totally different? Some people study sociology, some people study psychology in school, some people study different things, and they want to get a soft landing. The fact that you're already in the industry right now, what would you call a soft landing? What career path in IT would you say is a soft landing? That, okay, try this first, do it for a couple of years, do more trainings and this and that, before you go into more technical ones.
In terms of skills, technical
No, in terms
skills.
in terms of the direction to go. Like you mentioned, web development, UI,
Yeah.
UX. Which one would you qualify as a little bit easy?
It's
Nothing
soft
is
landing.
easy, but
Yeah.
at least soft landing that they can get into, and within a short time, maybe start making something.
Little
Yeah.
cash. One that is not really popular is technical writer. Being a technical writer or being a technical content creator. That's a soft landing that you can, oh, I like tech. I've not gotten into the industry, but I can talk about it.
Okay.
I can talk, that's a soft landing. Number two is UI UX design, especially for somebody that likes, it's a soft landing. If you learn UI UX in 1 month, you are good to go. You can start creating things. That's a soft landing. Graphic design is another one. It's also a soft landing. But this is what I would say. If I'm to advise someone on this, I would say the person should firstly try different fields that you feel you can thrive in. Okay. Don't limit yourself. Okay. For example, somebody wants to get into tech. Okay, you research. Before you even the person research, ask yourself, what do you want to make out of it? What do you want to achieve? Okay, you've got what you want to achieve. Research, go on Google. There are different tech skills. There's software development, cybersecurity, data analysis. Read Google, research on them, find out what they are doing, check up on YouTube, people that are doing it. Is it something, do you understand? Is it look at them. Okay, is the field interesting? Look up tutorials. Take 1 week to look up tutorials on each of those fields you find interesting before you decide. Then check the job market, check LinkedIn. Are people requesting for what I want to go into? Is it in high demand? You have to prepare yourself those ways before because as I said earlier, I tried data analytics. Okay, I tried it. I saw this in data. I'll be reading numbers. That one is even more technical. That is even where you would even need mathematics. So I said, well, I can't deal with that.
You cannot can.
I cannot. Somebody even told me about data scientists. I say, I'm not a fan of data analysis. I need to do data science. Please keep yourself, you understand? So what else again? I also saw graphic design. I said, I like design, but this is not what I want. So I did my research on these things before I now said, okay. Do you understand? You might also be a fan of cryptocurrency. You can be a blockchain engineer. I don't think there's this. Well, I've mentioned soft landing, but I feel that before you decide on something, research.
You have to weigh your options.
Yeah, weigh your options. Try them even for, try them at least for maybe 1 week. Try them before you now decide that this is what I want to go for.
Okay. I don't know if you want to jump in.
Can I just quickly, because I would like to just ask a question actually, because if you're looking at the Nigerian tech space now, for like tech enthusiasts that want to join tech, what do you think are like the main challenges that they will face when trying to join tech in Nigeria, like, considering Nigerian economy and other things, factors like that? What do you think will be like their challenges?
The very first challenge for a person is data subscription. To chop your
True that.
Yeah, it will chop your data, my dear. Be ready. Finances is you have to be ready for it. Data. Then there's the issue of electricity. Though some people, that issue is also something that Another challenge is the kind of tool the person is using, because there are certain. I had to buy a new laptop for this thing. I meant business.
Wow.
My old laptop, that one, it's so slow because when I run VS Code, which is a coding editor, it's before it switches on, before it comes up, it's so slow. I had to save up money. I said, I bought it. So those things and all these things that we do, they are bulky. They take up a lot of memory space. So something like that can be challenging for somebody that wants to get into tech. You know, so what else? Yes, not having a good roadmap. There's a lot of resources, billions of resources online. So not having the right path that would set you on a good standing, so that when you present your portfolio, the interviewer or your recruiter is like, yes, these are things. Do you understand? So not having a good roadmap can also be an issue, and not having a mentor. I have mentors. I have people I run.
I'm happy you talked about mentorship now, because that's the next part that my mind was going to. That, and I want you to like answer the question with this one that I'm about to throw at you. How do you build networks in the tech space?
Well,
because you know, when people hear mentor, you can look at somebody and you wish they were your mentor, but you don't even have access to that person to be able to. So how would you build that access to people that are big, or even if they are not that big? How can you build that network?
The very first and easiest way is to consistently follow them on their social media. Make them know you on social media. Okay, if they make a post, LinkedIn, like it, comment, let them be seeing you at this person. That's how you enter them, small. And the second thing is you make meaningful comments, not like you're just commenting and you're saying, I like your dress, fine dress. No. Make comments concerning.
No, I think that person should rather go to the fashion mall.
Exactly. So you have to make comments based off on the post of the person. In fact, bring insightful comments that the person will say, yes, you make sense. Person? The person will be more, this person makes sense. Then once you've started doing that and you already observe that this person is noticing you, slide into their DM or slide into their LinkedIn message. Send them a message, and the message you send them is not like, I want to get into tech, I want you to be my mentor. No, there are ways to these things. You have to send them a message, you know, firstly, acknowledging them for their work they've done. Secondly, you propose something that you are doing, or you propose your you talk about something you are doing or your efforts. For example, maybe you want to go into I have this and this is what I researched. This is this. I don't mind if you give me advice in this. Okay, it's not like you just. And another thing is, don't make the message that you want to send to this person too long. Nobody has time for long story. Make it short, brief. Make it short.
But it should not just be like and wait for a reply.
Exactly.
No. I'm not saying it should be short like hi. Do I your own. You firstly acknowledge the person. Secondly, you tell the person what you have been doing, the research you've made in a summary. Oh, this is this. So and then you now tie it up to the person helping you. You tie it up to what you want the person to do for you. You understand? So maybe, for example, now I need a mentor, right? And like, okay, let me even share how I gained some of my mentors. I have different mentors. So there was one particular lady that I saw on LinkedIn. She has 7 years experience. She's doing, her designs are mad. I checked I say, good. So before I sent her a LinkedIn request, I wrote a very nice, fantastic message. In fact, I put that message on ChatGPT to reward it for me to make it sweeter and interesting and attention grabbing. So I think what I just wrote was, I loved what she was doing. I love the impact, because she also had a company for females, you know. So I just tied it around that. As soon as she saw the message, she accepted me. She said yes. In fact, on our mentorship, she used to you pay a certain amount. I did not pay anything. She just,
Wow.
so
Celebrate grace.
that's it. So those are steps. Those are steps. But even before I even sent that message, I liked even she told me that she saw all what I've been doing. So I've been like serenading her for 1 week, marinating her. So she's been seeing me. Okay, she's been seeing my comments on her post. She said, okay. So there are tactical ways to this thing. The people that you're messaging are not goats. They are not animals. So you have to think about them like if you were the one that somebody is, and the person has sent you a message, would you accept it? Do you understand? So you have to be very logical about these things.
Okay. That I think honestly, a lot of the things you said, I think apart from even in tech, anybody that is pursuing any career path can actually apply them, and even for me, I'm taking some pointers from what you said. And for people that are still are even single, looking for a partner, they can even still take part of this idea to know how to slide into people's DMs. I'm not going to mention name, but we have our brothers here that would probably need that.
Wisdom. And I want to add something there. Sometimes, like some females, I want to tie it down. Females, you keep toasting them, they will not agree. Be consistent. Be consistent. One day they will drop their shoulder pad for you. So that's now bringing it back to what we are talking about. Sometimes when you do all these things, you send them messages because they are busy people, they may not even respond. But that should not discourage you from still trying. But that does not mean you should not keep bombarding them with messages every single day. No. And it shouldn't discourage you. You should just be more tactical about it. Yeah.
So okay, I think like I said, so those points are very, very useful to any part of
exactly.
One of the things I noticed, and that is one of the things that inspired me to bring you on, is that you have a very active LinkedIn page, and you host like seminars for people that want to learn about tech. And so when we post this, I'll make sure to put it LinkedIn account along with the post so that people can connect with you, because I feel like there are different levels of mentorship. You may not necessarily need to be high up there before you can mentor someone else. So I'm sure there are a lot of people that will benefit from your own experience too, that want to have maybe questions to ask you and maybe some other things to discuss with you that can be useful for them. I don't want to keep you for too long, except Dayo, if you have something else you want to say.
Okay, I'm just trying to maybe because you're in tech space now, and I think you're way deep into it now. So how do you see the tech space in Nigeria? I mean, I'm being particular about Nigeria because I'm a Nigerian. So how do you see the tech space in Nigeria in the next decade?
Whoa, the tech space currently is a booming one in Nigeria. It's hey, investors are willing to invest if you have values that you can offer. You can learn tech not for the job. You can learn it to create something that will be useful to a company, present it. And I'm telling you, it can take you to the next level. I attended I attended an event, and there were investors there. Somebody said there are a lot of investors, they are not investing. The man said, we are investors, we have the money, but we are looking for where the value is. We cannot just put so there's money in Nigeria and they are willing to invest in tech. In fact, they are investing in
people don't want to throw their money away.
Exactly.
So what is the industry, the tech industry is the best to tap into now. I'm telling you, it is the best to tap into now. But you have to tap into it wisely. What are you bringing to the table?
Value proposition.
What are you willing to offer? Do you understand? What are you willing to offer? I read of stories. There was one story I read of a young guy that he created a website. That website, was it a website or an app that helps him to search for things in his phone? I can't remember what that app does. He had that, and he did it personally for himself. Then he sold that idea to an investor. That guy is one of the youngest millionaires now. He's so, because they are looking for where they'll put money. Oh, now Nigerians never get it, and tech is even the best way right now. Tech is the best way right now. And I also want to talk about content creation. Content creation. I feel like a lot of people need to enter into the tech content creation right now. Yes, there are creators on ground. There are a couple of them, but you can bring another perspective to it. You can bring another perspective to it. So, as you can see on my LinkedIn, I'm consistent there. Do you understand? I'm consistent even on my YouTube. So, please, I wish everybody, in fact, every one of us here should be in tech. It will be interesting to be cool. Yes.
Well, I think in one way or the other, I'm in tech because I set up my microphone by myself. It's
not that kind of tech.
It's not that kind of tech, please, not that kind of tech. It's an interesting thing now. It's an interesting thing now that everyone should dig into. There's no sector that the tech industry has not influenced. The banking, the communication. If not for tech, we'll not be talking like this. So I have to travel all the way down. Do you understand? I have to. So, as a young person, think of something. What can I solve? You might not necessarily have the tech idea. You might not necessarily know how to code.
You may not have the skill, but you have the idea.
You might not have the skill, but just have that idea. That one is very vital. Then you start taking steps on how to, achieve that idea with tech. I attended a very big event, Zenith Bank. They had the whole of Eco Hotel. They rented more than half of Eco Hotel just for tech fair. Just for, hi, my goodness. Even what's his name? Babatunde Raji Fashola was there. There were some Dubai guys that came looking for tech people to hire on the ground. So you are not determined. Like say, Sapa never eats the person. Because if you are looking at, there's no money, it's saturated, it's this, is that, you will not achieve what you want to achieve. If you are determined, even if it is money that is your driving passion, please be determined to the end. We are Nigerians, so we are not Oyibo people or Red India or anything. We are Nigerians, determined. If you are ready, there's a lot of opportunities to tap from this tech thing. So, yeah.
Are there any closing remarks so that?
Yeah.
Has been a wonderful thing. Just the fact that every sector was intelligent, even down to the fact that I think that everyone realize that time of don't expect that we are not getting somebody. And you have to follow better. Just really emphasize on that to how to get better. Your mind has to be at you have to ensure that keep on getting it. I think how you can get over
I need to point out the fact that Ade is also in tech. I think
oh, nice. Yeah. What part of tech are you?
You should answer the question. So
what tech?
I like tech bros, you know.
I'd like to know the part of tech are these,
Yes, please, I enjoy.
Wait, I have a question. Is it that all tech people are always skinny, or is it just a coincidence?
I don't know.
Is there something about tech
that are tech people?
No, I'm using this sample size of this
Sample
Zoom
size
call.
based on your own analysis. Told me as if you were not skinny back in the days. Okay, all right.
And before there's this notion before, because there's this notion that tech guys are these kind of like nerdy kind of people, nerds. That their social life is. But I'm seeing guys are having like their social life is top notch, and
They are
still
broke at the same time. They are still.
I'm telling you, it's surprising. Everything is changing.
It's changing. And
You don't
in all
look like
honesty,
a geek and wear thick glasses.
Yeah,
and
you know now those kind of
just like one outcast.
yeah.
And even in movies when they
All
want
these
to
computer
depict,
geeks.
yeah, back in the day when they want to depict computer geeks, they look haggard. Maybe they are always in their mother's basement, eat dirty, rough.
But
But
now
these
it's
days, even in
changing.
movies now, you see that like their tech
yeah,
space, people that are, it's entirely different. I think
it's
that
completely
evolution,
different.
I
People
think
have
more.
learned to balance the social life and tech. It's just about the balance. Just because, in all honesty, tech can take up your whole time. Can take up your whole life.
Yeah.
You know.
Honestly, I even have to say thank you for taking out time to join us on this episode, because I know that you had a very busy week. You told me you had a project that you had to do, and then getting out of that and still coming to.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so by popular demand, if people come with like more questions and they want to know more, I can just if it is big enough for us to bring you back, we will. But if not, I'll just find a way to send them to you or put your information. So just for the sake of your own privacy, I'll put just your LinkedIn when they reach out to you and they toast you like you described. And you feel like, okay, this person really wants to learn.
Tech bros only, please.
So you feel like this person wants to learn, then you probably give them an opportunity to learn from you too.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
I'm not saying tech bros only. Don't let me limit myself to say, because I'm single. All right. So
okay, it's important that you put that out there. Yeah. So because more Okoju podcast.
Oh my goodness.
All right, we've come to the end of this episode. Thank you guys for joining us. We hope you've learned something. We hope you picked up 1 or 2 points. In the caption below, we'll put a LinkedIn page if you have any follow-up questions you want to ask her, or you want to join our mentorship team, or you want her to be your mentor or something. You get our LinkedIn page and you'll be able to reach out to her to ask her questions and talk to her. Until next time, I'm your boy, Ayo the boy, and I sign out. Thank you for joining us.
Peace. Yeah, bye.
So.